G'day guys, it's Dutchy. In this episode we tear down and start the refurb of the driver's car for my Baldwin locomotive. If you like videos about model engineering, mini trains and the like, give this video a big thumbs up, click on that subscribe button and hit the bell. It would really help the channel. Thank you. Guy has a shave and all of a sudden he's Julian Assange. Come on guys, I'm much better looking. The driver's car was in, let's say, well used condition when I took ownership of it, but it and the loco still got me out on the track and even to attempt number 1 at my driving assessment at Norwich Miniature Railway. Unfortunately, Mother Nature and I weren't seeing eye to eye that day, and before we were able to board, things got very, very wet. Shortly after the rainstorm we started stripping it down. The batteries came out, floorboards, as well as the front and rear boards came off. Then the sides, bogies, and the electrical wiring. Then we are left with this. An old frame covered in dirt and surface rust. The seat had a tear in it, so it was taken apart also. Once the car had been stripped down to a bare chassis, the battery rails were modified to help modernise the car. Here you can see some fresh welds. A little sanding and painting later and the chassis looked like new. Next on the list were all the wood components, so I sanded the front and rear boards, undercoated them, painted everything and put it on the drying rack. This teardown happened before I started this channel, so I didn't think to video any of it. Lucky for you, I did bring my camera up to Rogers this week for some refurb work. Let's go look at what I got done. After a long break, it's time to start assembling. First, we need to clean up the brake mechanism, which we do in the lathe. The rust is removed on the bare metal end, and a little sandpaper over the painted end should be all the prep needed to repaint it. A good shake of the rattle can and we're ready to make masterpieces.
So you really need to give that a spray there. But once you've done that we can start assembling.
Okay.
Okay, it's got to, if you get a spray just on there, we should be alright.
These ones?
Yeah. Just, it's not a disaster if you overspray onto the bare metal, but just try and avoid it.
Isn't that handbrake shaft looking beautiful? I dropped it in the dirt twice and had to repaint it. Go me.
And then go through like that.
And then through the hole inside. There was lots of drilling and riveting, and as you can see by the yellow sides that I'm attaching, I've gone for a colour change on the driver's car. I didn't like the grey very much, and yellow matches the locomotive. A little more paint, a little hole, and it's time to fit all the stuff for the handbrake. Very good progress so far. We've got the sides on, the handbrake lever, along with the handbrake mechanism on the inside, for the power switch.
Dip it in, cool it and give it and grind it a bit more.
Don't touch hot things.
They bite.
That was a lot of grinding. Why are we grinding? Have to go around that shaft there, and they wouldn't if they were still round. So if we grind the corner off them, there we go. Perfect. One of the most exciting parts of the build so far was fitting the wood pieces. Now it's really starting to look like a carriage again. You were just watching this fitting getting put on. Looks like that. That's for the vacuum brakes, in case we do pull passengers. These 5-inch gauge carriages all operate on vacuum brakes. This is the back of the carriage. Over here we still need to put 2 flashing lights for when it's the rear of the train. Backboards are on, footboards are on, handbrake and mechanism inside, front board. We've just cut this hole for the electrical plug. Here, where these holes are, it's going to be all the electrical boxes with batteries along the bottom, a power bogey in there. I'm not quite sure where we're putting the vacuum pump, but there's a lot of work before we get to that stage. Thank you for watching, and especially to everyone who's subscribed. You've helped the channel hit 500 subscribers this week, which for a channel that I thought was going to go nowhere fast, it's a pretty massive effort. I'll see you next week.